wise, you listen to me.
All right, hello everybody. This is Nikki Graham. I'm here with Grassroots Chicago, and I've got Illy Wonka here, and today we're going to be interviewing them to learn a little bit more about their adventure and how they are getting to play at Scamp this year. So we first met you guys at winter camp, and you guys told us they were going to be competing in this Battle of the Bands for summer camp on the road, and you guys went back to back with Smokeahonis and Manthem Fennis and V3, and you guys won. So, congratulations. We're really excited that you guys earned your time slot. But can you guys just tell us a little bit about how it feels to be playing at a festival kind of this big, and what you guys are looking forward to?
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's great. It's awesome. Summer camp has been a hometown festival of mine for years. This will actually be my 8th year, and I started getting into DJing like my 2nd year going to summer camp. So back then it was like already at that point I had dreams of playing at summer camp, and it's finally become a dream come true. It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Congratulations.
Everything's working out.
Yay. Going back home, right? I think we're like 21 days out or something, so it's pretty exciting.
So close. I can taste it.
Yay. Good. Well, so I know you guys are known for kind of dubstep and rhythm, some really intense music, but this is going to be a back-to-back set, right? A collab set. So how is this going to be different from some of the other sets that you typically play, and what are you guys doing to prepare for that?
Well, that's a really good question. It's crazy because we actually, all 6 of us that like competed in the battle, we all live in different locations. Manthem Fennis, they're from close suburb of Chicago. Only until recently, I actually just moved in here with Shane. I was living in the suburbs and everything, and Sam and Abby or V3 and Smokeahonis, I should say, they're up from Quad Cities. So it's, the digital age is so great. We could share content with each other pretty easily, always communicating, and we just kind of planned for that set by passing tracks back and forth and just kind of the ideas. I practiced with James of Manthem Fennis a little bit. He plays the violin. And it's like, the guitar stuff, like we were able to get a little work in, but it's tough. We all work. And so, it's really relies heavily on communicating digitally and just kind of prepping that way.
Very cool.
So normally, sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
Up until this point, it was just me and Alex, usually playing shows together, and he plays guitars with our sets, which is very unique. There's few artists around nowadays that play electronic music with guitar. It's definitely got a cool and unique sound. So now that we were able to add Manthem Fennis with the violin plus V3 and Smokeahonis, it's definitely got a very unique sound. And we had a great turnout for the summer camp battle. People said they loved it, so we're excited to share that with everybody.
Yay! Well, we're excited for you guys. So your name is really reminiscent of Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I know your fan page is the Oompa Loompas. So what's kind of the background behind your guys' artist identity and then going with that?
I'll take this one. It's pretty funny because it came from a complete joke. Actually, you know what? I'll add a little backstory. It was probably, I would say, a month and a half or 2 months into Shane and I getting kind of serious about like, hey, like let's do this. Let's start a project. Like, we had actually competed in the summer camp battle last year in Carbondale, and it came so utterly close to playing last year at summer camp. But we were starting to throw some names around and like kind of brainstorm here and there. And on a personal note, I had the name came up with Beats SoIll. I thought that was kind of cool, clever, and then kind of tied in like Illinois.
Southern Illinois. Yeah.
So fast forward then, probably about a month later after kind of starting that conversation, we went to, it was Bass Nectar, right? Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it was like, Shane went both days, like spring gathering or whatever. I didn't plan it all, went last minute and came down and had handful of kitty cocktails and had a good time out. But it was this running joke. I was telling people, mainly friends, that my name is Chilly Wonka. I'm Chilly Wonka from now And so then, like, fast forward again here a couple more weeks, and I was hanging with our friend Ted, and I said that to him. I think I was telling him the story or something. And he was like, yo, you should have been calling yourself Illy Wonka. And it was like,
shit.
this like moment. And like, I feel like after I was done hanging with Ted, I think I might have given Shane a call or shot him a text, and I was like, yo, what do you think about Illy Wonka?
Yeah, it was pretty instant. Like, we had definitely been talking about names back and forth. And right when he told me Illy Wonka, it was like, instantly we were like, yes, that's the one we got to go for. It makes sense. We started DJing in southern Illinois, so Illinois, I don't know. It all worked together. It was no questions about it. That was what we were going to go for from then on out. It's been pretty catchy since. We see people all over that either have heard of us or we tell them our name and they just love it. We get comments on it all the time on social media saying, hey, we love your name. It helps. It's good.
Yeah, it's really cool. So what have been some of your challenges coming up in the Chicago bass scene? Or I should say in Illinois, really. But, like, what have been some challenges that you guys have struggled with, and how are you guys kind of taking on those challenges?
Well, I think that, every challenge is an opportunity. It is, as, like, electronic music has grown, just in the United States in general, and really worldwide, it's kind of become this mainstream thing. And it's very easy to get into. It's no longer, you have to actually have like an access to a real instrument, and you have to train and be able to play live. You can kind of do it. Anybody can pick up and learn production with some music software and a computer. Sure. Some people you can even do a minimal production on something like an iPad. There's, some people that get into it that way and kind of evolve into actual, using DAWs and actually doing it. So it's kind of a saturated market. Which, I think, I don't think that really works against us. I think that it's all about the art, and it's all about putting everything together, being yourself, being unique, and it's, in a way, selling a product. If you have a good product people are interested in, they're going to do it. So whereas we haven't really gotten much into the Chicago scene yet. This actually was our first time that we'd ever played in Chicago. We won the summer camp battle.
Yeah.
So now we're definitely hoping to grow that. We've had a really good growing fan base online, but it's really the patience. I would say, like, with the challenges, with the saturation, with a lot of people being out there, and knowing that, like, just because you see somebody else on a lineup and you see these lineups that you're not on, it's not against you. If you're good and you work hard, you're going to be able to earn your spot on a lineup. There's room for you in the scene if you stay true to what you really want to accomplish. So.
Yeah, and like Alex said before, we were playing in southern Illinois all the time, and we had a big music following that it grew as we were playing down there. And shortly after that, at probably our peak, we ended up graduating and moving to Chicago. So a lot of our fans at the time were 6 hours away from us and not able to support us as easily now that we're here in Chicago. So we're kind of having to start over again and network around here, which has been a great time. That's how we met you. And it's just an evolving process, but that was kind of definitely a hiccup in our process as well.
Sure, moving and all. Now, did you guys go to Carbondale? Or
Yeah.
in the area? Very cool. My brother actually went there too.
We're driving. Oh, awesome. We're actually driving down there tomorrow night to play a show.
Oh, exciting. Well, have a good time returning. That's always exciting.
As always.
So what are you guys looking forward to most at summer camp, between like the artists and different events that happen there, or activities outside of, just going to shows? Like, what are you guys looking forward to about Camp 19?
Well, this will be Alex's first summer camp, so like I said, this is my 8th year, so bringing him there and showing him the ropes and just letting him adventure around, that's my first summer camp was like mind-blowing, and obviously I haven't missed one since, so him going there for his first time is going to be a great time, me just seeing how he likes it and all of that. It's a fun opportunity.
So this is your 8th summer, did I hear? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what has been like one of your favorite scamps so far?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to beat the first summer camp I ever went to. That was like my first introduction into the whole scene. My sister actually brought me there, and since then, it's been life changing. Since then, I saw Pretty Lights there my first time. Tipper, I was actually front row at Figure. Right before Tipper, he signed like this umbrella we had. I got a picture of it, and then maybe 2 years ago, we were at summer camp, and we snuck behind. I think it was we snuck behind like one of the tents because Figure was back there talking to people, and we crawled underneath the tent, and we're like, we got to talk to him, and we had like an hour-long conversation with Figure. And he was just like pouring his heart out to us. That was awesome. But honestly, every year is just a whole different adventure. I have so many good memories from every single year. But the first year was definitely the best. What started it off, and I don't know. This year will definitely probably maybe top that because we're playing there for the first time, and that's what I've wanted since the get-go. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that is really exciting for you guys. I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah.
So where do you guys see yourselves in the next few years? Do you guys have any big goals for yourselves or anything kind of moving you forward?
I think that it's really crazy because like the whole Illy Wonka project, we got launched in 2019. When we kind of came up with the name and everything, and decided like that was going to be it, I got on I think Twitter and Instagram, and I locked down just the names, the usernames, so that we had them. But then it was just the process of getting everything together, and like, okay, we need to actually get some tracks together. We need to get some and release. And it's almost like kind of just building that pipeline of like moving forward. Everything this year has just happened so quickly, and it's amazing. I think a realistic goal for a year from now for us is to just be playing in some other states. We played, we have a good following, across kind of Illinois, and we're starting to kind of pick up, a little bit of a fan base in Quad Cities from some shows that we played out there in February, and, really good friends with V3 and Smokeahonis out there. I played over the past 3 years, I think like 4 times out there and just kind of network. So we're kind of starting to like grow and expand. Shane's never heard me say this, but by this time next year, I want to play 3 new states.
Okay.
So, like, I think that the travel is really the motivation to be, like, a lot of it is that, like, I could, with music, we could go and actually see new places, like, be somewhere for the first time and play a show in a city we've never been to before, and that's super exciting. I think that's really, there's other goals in there, releasing music. I would say that a shorter term goal, maybe not quite a year, somewhere 6 to 10 months from now, we're definitely going to try to put out an original EP.
Ooh.
Like kind of build it up. We got some remixes that are going to be coming out over the next few months here, but really want to kind of build that original music, or I should say build the brand around the original music and kind of move that forward.
Yeah, we definitely have obviously, we continue to visualize like the big picture where we see ourselves in a few years, and as I'm sure every beginning DJ does, they picture themselves performing on a massive stage, which is obviously the end game. But for us, things have, in my opinion, been evolving pretty fast. We've been doing pretty decent since we moved to Chicago. That something initially that we thought was maybe going to be a goal in a few months happened faster than that. And so honestly, goals are just popping up faster than I would have imagined. And it's hard to kind of expect what's coming. Opportunities, in my opinion, have just been kind of flowing our way, or we've been flowing towards them. It's hard to know what's to come, but we've definitely been given a lot of opportunities recently that are making us more and more excited and evolving our future vision and future goals for us.
Sure. Well, big things are coming for you guys. Like, that's really exciting. So you guys were mentioning you've got some new mixes coming out pretty soon. Who would I be surprised to see on your guys' playlists? Like, what kind of music are you guys really into right now?
I would say, well, some of my closest friends might not be as surprised, but Kesha gets me going.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm about it. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this on the stream right now. Most people probably would never guess that, but
she gets
you know,
down.
I get down to kind of the poppy bull crap sometimes.
We have a few mixes where out of nowhere we'll throw the crowd for a whim and we'll throw in maybe not Kesha yet, but just random like throwbacks that get the crowd going, and we'll mix it into different stuff. Yeah.
Well, good for you guys. It's cool to play off the crowd a little bit, and I'm down for the Kesha vibe, so I'll be there partying. So what is some of the wackiest or craziest things you guys have done during a set?
I almost elbowed Alex in the face once and like broke his nose. Like,
oh no!
Maybe, I don't know when that was. That was actually at our summer camp battle that we did last year in Carbondale. For the battles, definitely the intensity is high. We get really, really damn excited, and I definitely get super amped up on stage, and my limbs go flailing around. And I remember him saying I damn near hit him in the face with my elbow. That's happened before.
Oh no!
There's so much that comes to mind.
Were you okay?
No, SIU is a crazy place. Shout out to any of my SIU homies, or our homies, I should say, that are watching right now.
Yeah.
The stuff, like my first time actually ever DJing for a crowd of people that were actually, you know, into electronic music was Polar Bear, or Solar Bear, I should say, like 2015, I think. And I was actually taking online classes at the time in Chicago, and I traveled down, and it was actually like, it's still to this day, I think about it when I'm like, you know, stressed and like need a little more motivation. I think about that crowd and how crazy that was, because it was a complete just mosh pit. And at one point during that set, a kid came up to me and was like, "Where's your champagne, man?" And I was like, "Champagne? I don't know. I don't have any champagne." He goes, "Dude, I got you. Hang on. I'll be back." And so like I keep mixing, and you know, crowd's just going nuts and everything, and this guy shows up with a case of champagne. And like just is like, and I'm like, just give it to the people. And so, you know, busted the bottles off. But
that actual that event that he's talking about was so crazy. They had to stop having those events at the location we had it at, and that one was so large. It ended up actually ending up on the newspaper. The police came because it was such a large crowd. They ended up pepper spraying people, and we have the news article. I've actually been tagged on Facebook. The article's popped up many times, and the snapshot of the article is me standing behind the police, and everybody in front of me is getting sprayed by pepper spray. And I luckily was like one of the people that didn't. But I remember that event to a T. There was another event in Carbondale that was actually at my house, like my condo building, I guess. And Alex played there. He ended up getting cited for noise violations. He's got the ticket hanging up in his room.
Frame it.
At the time, I was going under MCMC before Illy Wonka, and I signed that ticket MCMC. I was pretty pumped about that.
Another like random funny story is one of the first times, like it was maybe my second day at SIU, me and Alex had run into each other on the bridge at college. We met each other then. I hadn't seen him for maybe a few weeks. I was at some party trying to join the rugby team, which Alex was just a part of. And one of his best friends, we were in a basement, and I was like, "Hey, I remember you, da-da-da-da. I'm thinking about joining rugby." Him and his best friend, they were like, "You got to join, but to join, you have to drink beer out of this shoe." So they poured beer in a shoe, and I ended up drinking it. And since then, like, me and Alex have been good friends. I never ended up joining rugby, but that's just one of those crazy college stories that, like,
Shoe
connect
beers.
us. Since then, we've been good friends. It's been a wild journey, but it's been fun.
Sounds like it. Well, we'll have to drink a beer together sometime.
Not
Not out of a shoe, but we'll crack a beer at summer camp. So outside of music making and performing, what are some of your guys' favorite like hobbies and things to do?
I mean, unfortunately, we both work so much. Back in college, we had different hobbies that we would focus on a lot. Like, even aside from DJing, I was very athletic. Now, moving up here, having a full-time job, a lot of my time is consumed by my job. I'm an arborist. I'm a tree climber around Chicago. I work on tree care. I'm a forest management and park recreation major.
Oh.
Which is weird that I moved to Chicago to work on trees because nobody thinks there's trees around here. But there are. And that consumes a lot of my life. That's like another big pastime that I have. I love traveling. I love camping. Which is nice. It fits in with music. Hopefully, in the long run, we get to tour more, and I get to continue traveling, which is one of my favorite things ever. So they tie hand in hand.
That's very cool.
What are you?
And what do you do?
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, kind of like art and writing. I've always been like, I started out just getting into music anyways, playing guitar. Been playing guitar for probably around 15 years.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't very serious right away, but I picked it up. I self-taught myself, and eventually got to high school, and I wanted to ask this cute girl out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn to sing "Yours" by Jason Mraz, and like she denied me. I actually didn't even get to sing to her. But I like started doing that, and I played a couple of acoustic shows, and I got into like songwriting and kind of the poetic aspect of it. And I still find myself kind of like I'll think of something really clever, and like, oh, that kind of flows, or it's something meaningful. I'll write it down. I'm not very artistic, but I do enjoy art. I love looking at it. I love going and just kind of like soaking it in.
Yeah, Alex is definitely a writer. I consider myself a writer as well. We definitely think a lot more than maybe we should at some times, but Alex oftentimes sends me like paragraphs of some motivational writing telling me how we're gonna kick ass and we got this, stuff like that. He's definitely all over the writing game. And he also guitar. Another throwback was our freshman year at school. I would be walking down around town, and Alex would be playing guitar on the street, and I would throw him some cash, like, "Hey, good job," stuff like that. He's always been playing guitar, and it's definitely helped transition into what we do now since he plays guitar with Illy Wonka.
Very cool. Well, I want to come to an acoustic set one day. That would be cool too.
Really? You heard it here first. You heard it here first. The acoustic guitar is coming to Scamp. I'll do it.
Oh my god, that would be great. Yeah, come by the booth. We'll do a pop-up.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. Actually, on that note, I know you're wearing a Festy Bestie hat. I recognize that one. What other kind of favorite grassroots artists, or if you have a favorite grassroots hat, like what are your kind of favorite grassroots things?
I would say that the night I met you, actually, I grabbed that Vincent Gordon, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Bulls. I've been eyeing that hat. I had been for so long. I love that design, and just in general, I grassroots hats. I don't have any other apparel by them, but I love the Manic Focus hats that have come out. I have the dad hat, but I just
really good one.
Really all of them. I don't think I've ever really seen a grassroots hat that I've been like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, for me, like my first summer camp, I got the grassroots summer camp edition hat, which I wore darn near every single day for that entire year. Instantly, like the second I left the festival, I was buying pins, throwing them on there, all that. And then my sister ended up getting me the Jumbie Art grassroots hats, which that I wore at least for like my first year of college. I would wear it everywhere, and that was at the time I was growing my hair out and it was getting a little messy, so I just threw the hat on all the time. And right now that hat is just filled with pins. It's definitely my favorite hat that I have ever owned. But now, just because of my hair, like, I got a big head. Hats don't necessarily work out. I try them on every now and then, but they don't work out. So I got a few grassroots clothings that I wear, but for the most part, that's not artist specific.
Sure.
But the Jumbie Art hat was my favorite. I loved showing my friends how they were RGB reactive on the inside. That was my favorite, definitely.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll have to get you guys both with some grassroots clothes. We'll definitely have to hook you guys up. And it sounds like we'll probably be meeting up at Scamp a little bit. So, yeah, we'll see you guys at the booth and hook you guys up. Well, thank you for meeting with us today and sharing us a little bit more about Illy Wonka. We're really looking forward to your sets.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for setting this all up, Nikki. I'm so glad we ran into you at winter camp. That was awesome.
Me too.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Anytime. Well, we'll see you guys in Chillicothe.
All right.
Absolutely. See you
then.
Have a good one.
You too.